All right, let's talk about Discord. I think with Discord, it's really important, especially when you're a streamer or a young streamer or a content creator and you're trying to grow out a community. And a great place to start off with is Discord. A lot of people don't really utilize the tool, I feel like, enough, but I feel like at least it gathers your community in one area when you're not streaming. I would love to explain to you guys how it works and how to set it up. It's very simple, but I feel like at times people do get lost. I totally understand that. So I do stream live on the weekends. My Twitch link will be in the description below, and I hope to see you guys then. If you have any questions about anything that's related with Discord or anything else that I've talked about, in these videos, please feel free to message me whenever or message in chat. You could ask me a brief question or whatever you want on the stream. It's up to you. When I first started out on Discord, it was really confusing. So I hope I can guide you there and show you the ways. All right, let's get into it. The first thing is how to create the server. Okay, so now I want to show you guys how to start your own Discord server, and I'm going to show you all tips and tricks that I know about building a Discord server. Just to give you guys a little bit a backstory, I do have about basically 2 years of running a Discord and knowing the ins and outs of it. I would say I'm pretty much an expert in Discord. So I'm going to show you guys how to build and how to know the fundamentals of basically Discord, and maybe little tricks that you just did not know about. Let's get into it. All right, so this is how you build a Discord server. By the way, if you haven't yet, make sure if you haven't yet, join Paradise's Discord, which is the server that I owned, which is basically my community here on Twitch. The link will be somewhere maybe around here or there, whatever. It's gonna be in the description if anything. So please join it. Awesome freaking community. And we'd love to see more and more new people, and we would love to see you then. This is how you first build Discord. You hit plus, add a server, and then this is kind of a new thing that I haven't experienced before, because I built my Discord a long time ago, so they changed it quite a bit. So I believe you can either create your own completely from scratch, or you're starting straightly from like a template, like gaming, a school club, study group, so and so on. And you can always join a server as well. There's always like codes that people will give out, and you could join any server if they allow it. Basically, what you want to do is create your own. I guess if you're a streamer per se, you would definitely want to build it for a community instead of like friends, but I'll say community. So you could customize your server. You could always upload an image. Is basically just the icon or the image that shows up on the top left screen. So you could that image will basically be there for the server, and then you can name it whatever you want. I'll just name it Drewsky's test server, because all right, so this is the server, right? All right, so that's how you create your own server. You actually have owned a server now. So you're obviously going to be the only one here, and not to sound lonely, but and this is how you create a role. So basically you go to here on the arrow, and then you go to server settings, and you go to roles. And so this is the roles area. So basically, to explain what roles do, is basically you could give members of the community or members of people that join your server, you give them a specific role. They could either be like mods, they could be like VIPs, they could be special people that just like can have access to only certain areas of the Discord. I'll explain a little bit more later, but basically they are roles that give special permissions for users in your server. By the way, the server is basically a collection of basically categories, channels. That's pretty much it. It's basically, just think about it as one big chat room, and then little small chat rooms inside of them. So that's what Discord is really. I digress, but basically this is a role. Everyone starts with this role right here. Everyone could obviously view a channel. They could create an invite. Okay, so what I would do when they first, like, basically for everyone, obviously view a channel is totally fine. You probably want to scroll down. Instead of create invite, you probably want to turn that off. You'd probably want to turn off change the nickname. Leaving send messages, embeds, attached files, reactions is probably okay, and using external emojis totally fine. Honestly, for everyone, I would recommend turning this one off, because basically this one allows for people to basically tag everyone Basically, it will notify pretty much everyone. It'll ping everyone when they do this. So you kind of want to turn that off. You'd only want certain people to do it. Maybe your mods and only yourself to do it. I highly recommend that because some people have tagged in the server and you don't want them to tag everyone because it's gonna annoy everyone. So I highly recommend to turn that off. Managed messages are more for like mods. So for roles, to view channels, that channel that they have given access to. Basically depends. Yeah, well, they don't have a role because everyone is technically a role-less role, if that makes any sense. Manage channels is basically to create and edit or delete channels. Okay, so all the descriptions will definitely be below, and you could kind of just read them and understand what they are, because it's gonna be a lot for me to explain every single one of these changes, but I'll try to go through like the ones that are like important. So viewing obviously is important. Managing is basically to allow for editing like channels. That's usually, you want to leave that up to just your mods and yourself, because you don't want everyone to have access to that. Manage roles, obviously that's for probably mods and yourself again, because you don't want just anyone randomly to edit roles and change things when you don't know about it. So manage emojis, obviously that's another thing, either for yourself or mods, because you don't want everyone to just upload their own emojis, pretty much take over your server, unless you want it to be that way. Totally go for it. View audit log is more for admins and mods, because they could see changes that happen in the server, which you kind of don't want everyone to have other than mods and yourself. Manage webhooks, I would recommend again for either you or the mods. Create invite, I don't know, this one's kind of debatable. Either you have it either for yourself, or you have it for the mods, or you just only have it for yourself, because you don't want so many people creating invite links, because I don't know if you want a private server or you don't want like everyone to join, but I highly recommend avoiding creating invites or allowing people to create invites on their own, because then it gets crazy. Maybe you don't want certain people to like have access to your server. So I highly recommend not having it available for everyone other than possibly yourself and mods, and that's it. Changing nickname, I don't know, it's debatable. I would say either give this to your mods and yourself. You don't want like everyone to be able to change their name, because they could change their username if they want on their own anyways. Kick members and ban, obviously that's for mods and for yourself. Send messages, of course, you want to have it on. Embed links, this is totally fine usually. Attach files as well. Add reactions, usually it's okay, unless you want a channel that doesn't, like, you don't want the little reactions or emojis to appear below a message. You could turn that off. It's up to you. It's kind of like, that one's up to preference. Use external emoji, it really depends if you want to allow users to use their own emojis from other servers that they're in with Discord Nitro. So it depends if you want to reward. Like for my server, I reward users, like if they sub to me, then I give them this ability in order to use emoji from a different server. So if they're not subbed, unfortunately they can't. So that's just a sub perk on my Discord. Read message history, this one's kind of debatable. It's either you want them to be able to read whatever message has happened in that channel before they have arrived that channel, from my knowledge of how this works. Send text-to-speech messages, I usually have that off. Use slash commands, I think it's okay. Yeah, these are all voice channel permissions. So connect obviously is to allow people to connect to the voice call. Video depends if you want to allow them to video, like share their video or screen share their game or whatever that they're working on. Use voice activity is usually okay. Mute and deafen are more for mods and for the person who owns the Discord. And priority speaker is like if you want to basically take priority, as in when you speak, then everyone else's volume gets lower. But I highly don't recommend to like turn this on, because it's very, I don't know, I think it's a little bit too much. And then there's a move members. That one's more for mods as well, because you don't want everyone to be able to move people around voice channels and stuff and be annoying, right? So I would definitely recommend only mods. And admin, of course, that's only for pretty much the owner. I would not recommend mods having this, just in case. You never know. Okay, so that's kind of the explanation of the permissions for the roles. So the way that you create a role, you go to this button right here, create role. The role name, you can name it, let's do mods, a common one. So you could do mods, you could change the colors to whatever you want. Let's just do pink or hot pink. Let's see, for example, you want the mods to have manage the roles, manage the channels, emojis, view audit logs. Probably not the webhooks, you probably don't need that. Manage server, sure. Actually, you know what? Maybe, well, I don't know, it's debatable. It's really, some of these are really debatable. But yeah, you want to make sure they have almost, you know, full ability so they can help you out if you're the owner of the Discord. Obviously you want to have them mute, deafen others, move them. You probably don't want to give them admin, honestly. Okay, so you hit save and that's it. I know it went a little bit fast, but it's kind of the gist of creating roles. And obviously you could create many roles as you want, and you could give them certain permissions based on that role. So it's a lot easier to manage. Once you have a lot of people, it's very hard to manage roles. So that's how you do it. If you go to the right sidebar right here, you just left click, you hit no roles right here, and you hit the plus. And then right here, see, this is the brand new role that we just created called mods. I could give myself that role because I am an admin, so I could have, I pretty much could do whatever I want in this Discord server. But yeah, this is how you assign a role. I highly recommend you keeping it simple and not going overboard, because some people have gone overboard and it's very hard to manage. So I definitely recommend a small amount, and then if you're feeling comfortable, then you can grow it out. Okay, so that's how you do roles. This is how you create a category. So this is, you see text channels and then voice channels. This is the by default. So these are considered categories. So anything with the all caps text is basically a category. And then whatever's below it is basically the channel. So this is a regular text channel right here with the hashtag, and then the voice channel with the little megaphone is basically just purely voice. So what categories are basically combined channels to one category. So it makes things easier for people to like navigate in your Discord, because just imagine there's a tons of channels in the Discord. It's super confusing. There's no way to like decipher what's what or what's common. You know, you could always combine channels into one category to make things a lot easier for people to understand. You know, certain type of topics are similar to one another, because it's very confusing when you don't organize it. It's very confusing for any user when that comes in and they're completely lost because it's too much. It's a little bit overwhelming. So I definitely recommend creating categories and having similar channels within that category. And this is another thing about categories. This is what's cool about it. So basically you see text channels right here. You right click, you hit edit category. This is obviously, you can change it to whatever name you want. Information, hit save, go to permissions. So basically you can set it to certain people having access to this. So basically let me add mods. This is one I created earlier, right? For roles. So basically if you have X, that means no, obviously. Check means basically yes. And this slash basically means it's based on the role. Like if the role allows it or it doesn't allow it, then it goes based off of that. But if you want to specifically Discord and that category, what you want it to do, you can do it here. For example, if you want everyone not being able to see it, you hit the red check mark. You say yes to save changes. And then for their mods, you say, yes, I want them to only be able to see it. You hit the check, you say save changes. That's how you kind of do it. To prove my point, you go to server settings, you go to roles, you go to mods right here, view server as a role, and then you uncheck. I mean, basically, so mods can see the information right here, information in general, right? It's basically, if you are not a mod, you can't see that category at all, right? It's completely gone. So what's cool about this is that you kind of can like hide and show certain categories and areas in your Discord based on what role has permission to see it and access to it, right? You can kind of like have specific, you know, areas in the Discord where it's like hidden only or for special users. That's kind of like how you do it. So the thing that's really cool about categories is that once you have a channel within that category, you right click, edit channel. What's cool about categories is that these channels are all, whatever channels that you have below it, you could have it all synced up to that category and have all those permissions based on that category. So like if you want a special area only for mods, if you only want a special area for like your subs or for your VIPs or whatever, you could have it set to that category. You know, there's certain scenarios where you have channels within that category that all have different permissions. I don't know, it's all up to your interpretation on how you want to organize it, but I'm just letting you guys know like the fundamentals of kind of how things work, and then you could kind of go off of your own imagination on how you want to like organize everything. But basically by default, you can have it where all the channels that's in that category all follow the same permission. That's the way that I've done it before, and it's a lot easier to manage than managing all these different permissions based on each channel. So it's up to you. This is how you create a channel. So if you go to the category information, this is one that we were playing with earlier. just hit plus on create channel. And then so this is either you can create a text channel, which is obviously purely text, or you could say text, you can do images, you can do videos, you can do GIFs, it's all there. For voice, obviously it's just purely voice. Can't really do much other than just voice and talking. So this, for example, let's just do a text one. So just say announce. I'm gonna use this for something else as well. You hit create. So this is basically how you create a channel. We just created a channel. So this obviously follows the same permissions from our earlier discussion about categories. So there's a bunch of things that you can do within a channel. Basically you set permissions again from earlier about like maybe mod, like right now it's following the same permissions as the category that I set it to. You could also create invites to that channel, and you can do integrations as well, but I highly recommend probably not doing that unless you want to. So it's totally up to you. That's how you create a channel. Here's another way to create a voice channel. So if you do create channel, do voice, I don't know, blah blah blah. You could also make it private as well, but I think it doesn't really matter, because if you have it set based on roles, you don't have to check that anyways. You hit create channel, and then if you want, join it. See, like clearly I just joined it. So this is just purely voice, and they could talk, talk so much to each other and stuff like that. So that's just how you do it. If you want to create a private channel, you hit create channel, text channel, and then you can always hit private, say admins only, hit next, specifically select roles because it's a private channel, right? So you have to make sure you create roles, you have the correct permissions on it, and then you want to connect it to those channels or to the category. So you hit create channel. This is purely for admins, I guess, or mods. Technically I should probably name this as mods only, not really admins. So that's how you do it for creating a private channel. Okay, so let's go into how to set up emoji. So go to your server, go to server settings, go to emojis. For this area, you can basically upload as many as you want, but there's obviously a limit. If you spend on Discord Nitro, you can get more emote slots, but whatever image that you want to use, you can just upload it here. It's very simple. So just follow the instructions, and you can have your own emojis like mine. So if we go back to Paradise and you hit this button right here to see emojis, these are all the Discord emojis that I've uploaded myself. Once you've uploaded, you'll have access to it. And then if people have Discord Nitro, they could use these emotes or emojis wherever they want throughout Discord, which is really cool. I highly recommend you guys do that. Another thing about emotes, if you do integrations and you connect your Twitch account to your Discord server, whatever emotes that you have on your Twitch account and you connect it, they will automatically appear in the emojis area for the server, which is really cool. So I highly recommend it. Make sure you integrate your Twitch into your Discord server, especially if you're a Twitch streamer, because whatever emotes that you have, again, they will appear here automatically and you don't have to manage it at all, which is great. Unfortunately, right now it doesn't work for bit emotes, but it does work for just the regular tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 subscribers, or tiers you could say, of not sub badges, emotes. So they will appear here, which is really cool. That's kind of like the gist of adding your own emojis to the Discord. This is how you integrate Twitch into your Discord server. All right, I kind of spoke about this earlier about integrations, but this is a really, really big key. So basically, you go back to your Discord name, you hit server settings, and integrations is very important. I don't really use webhooks that often, or this is probably more based on whatever channels have been followed from your server, and making sure. So this is the big key thing. You want to make sure your Twitch is connected, because it gives you a lot of flexibility and power basically on your Discord, especially when you want to run it a kind of like connected with your Twitch, with your Twitch community. So like anyone that subs and they join your Discord, they automatically technically have a connection between their Twitch account and their Discord account. Obviously, they need to make sure that they have their account connected as well to utilize this integration. That's how integrations work in a nutshell. But there's obviously, I could go probably a whole video by itself to explain how it works. And this is how you install bots on your Discord server. Another thing I want to explain about are bots. I'm not gonna like show you guys how to do it like on a fresh template, but I can show you guys how it technically works for a Discord. So there's bots that I've added in my own Discord right here. Here are the bots that are in my Discord. So there's bots like this alt identifier that you could add to your Discord. Basically, it will auto moderation for you, which is really cool. It could even do audit logging. So basically, whatever happens in your Discord, it will show like reports in the channel, which is really cool. Like whatever happens, exactly whatever happens. Very good and useful bot. I highly recommend it. There's another bot called Birthday Bot, which is great. Users can add their birthday. So whenever their birthday happens, they get a special role, and then they get the server gets notified whenever that person's birthday is happening that time and day. So it is based on actually their time zone whenever it's midnight, which is really cool. So if they specify their time zone, and then their birthday will get notified, which is really cool. Groovy and Rhythm are basically music bots. So I've added 2 just in case, but basically they're bots to play music, which is really cool. I definitely recommend adding those 2 just to make it fun. Nightbot, of course, that one's by default. If you are a streamer as well, if you have it set up correctly, you can add it to your Discord as well. Patchbot is another bot just to notify whenever there's game patches that's going on. It can notify a channel that you specify. It's really cool. Definitely recommend it. If you make sure people are notified what's happening for game updates. And then Seshbot is another bot that basically you could create schedules, and people could RSVP to your event. And it's really great bot. Yag PDP. This one's amazing. This one basically I use it for auto assigning roles. So basically, if someone's a sub, they get an automatic role onto their account, especially if they connected their Twitch account to their Discord. Then it'll definitely work. And then whenever someone goes live, you can also give another role, so then it's separated. Obviously right now no one's streaming right now, but when someone does stream, it gives them a special role, and it's really cool. I haven't seen any bot really do that, so highly recommend that bot as well. So going back to this, again, there's endless possibilities on what kind of like bots you would possibly want to add to your to your Discord. So it's kind of like it's really up to your discretion, or whatever you need in your Discord, you could add a bot for that. And I'm sure there's tons of bots that I haven't experienced, but those are some that I highly recommend. Okay, so those are kind of like the basic fundamentals of Discord that will get you like the ground running. I could always make another video more advanced about adding like more functionality to a Discord, so it's up to you guys. If you enjoyed this video or you want to see more Discord explanation, then go ahead and leave in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment again if you want to see certain features that you have questions about, explain another video, then I could definitely show you guys that, or show you guys the ropes. I'd love to help you guys out. But yeah, if you guys haven't yet, please join my Discord. It's very seasoned, and it's very I would say it's very well made. The link will be in the description below. It's an awesome community here, especially that came from Twitch, and people have given me tons of compliments on my Discord of how organized it is, how well thought out it was, and the community is just awesome. And if you have it set up correctly and you have it set up right, the community will thrive and grow, and they will love it. They will eat it up. And again, it's like the saying where you're a host, and if your house is amazing, or if your house is very presentable, then people will come to your place immediately. They will live it up, they will interact, they will hang out, and they will love you like unconditionally. So again, I highly recommend doing this. Honestly, it's a lot of work. There's tons of things that I could teach you guys, but I think that Discord is very underrated, and when you have it set up correctly, it's a thing of beauty, honestly. So I highly recommend building your own Discord server, maintaining it, and making sure you have it organized to the point where you don't even have to manage it anymore, which is great. Like for me, for Paradise Discord, I don't even have to manage it anymore, which is great. For the most part, I just have to just add channels if I want, but obviously there's a lot of things that goes on with Discord. Again, I could always create another video, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. That's so weird. I have to be positioned over here. Okay, so how do I get him off? Oh my god! That is crazy!